Guy was born in 1971 and was born in a city called Tel Aviv in Israel. He had a fun and peaceful childhood. Guy loved the beach and the nice warm weather. The first time he visited America was in 1971 to see the first Star Wars movie in Hawaii. Ever since then, he had been fascinated in America. Guy had already visited up to 30 of the 50 states in America by the time he got accepted into a high league university. When Guy came, he went on a plane by himself and moved to New York City. It was hard to leave all his friends and family behind. The downside is that America is very big and you don't know many people, unlike in Israel. But in America, you can do a large scale because it is such a big and wealthy country. One thing Guy missed about Israel was the warm tropical weather, unlike New York's. When Guy was in Colombia, he met Anne at an event to get into Colombia. Even though Anne never ended up going there, they still became in touch. Therefore, he went to graduate school at the University of Columbia in New York and soon after graduated. Guy and Anne were married on May 1st, 2010 at a place called Grace Bay Club on the beach in Turks and Caicos. Even though later on they ended up becoming divorced, they still had great bonds. Guy's job after graduating was in strategy consulting. He did business because he got a good school and good money for strategy consulting. Soon enough, it was the point where Guy and Anne had a family of 3 kids, and so they moved into a house in Scarsdale. Then, a few years later, they got divorced. Then, in 2016, Guy became a fully American citizen after 19 years. He had stayed in New York for 25 years because New York really fascinated him. Even after a while, Israel was still his real home. Guy plans to move back to Israel when his kids grow up. He then will go back to his hometown in Tel Aviv and see his family in Israel. Still to this day, he does miss Israel and still does, but he also loves America and has his family and friends there. Overall, Guy is proud to have a successful business job, family and friends, and is happy to live in America.